Shantae.
This is Letitia, and today we're going to talk about quick to cut a friend, but slow to leave a man. Why is it that we drop a friend over disagreements, but we're
So quick.
to stay with a man through the lying, disrespect, or whatever the case in your relationship? Why is that? Because it do seem like women are quick to cut off other women or their friends when they have a disagreement, but they're there with that man through
Thick and thin.
so many things,
Yeah.
ups, downs, so many emotions, and I think we are all guilty of it, of maybe not speaking to a friend because of something petty, but when it's with a man, it's like forgiving very easy.
Yeah, you wake up, with your partner every day. That's your man, your husband, your lover, your friend. So, your provider. Y'all provide for each other. I believe that, I don't think it's an intentional situation that you would cut off a friend so quickly,
Now, I do feel that if it is your husband, it's a slightly different, because obviously it's your husband and he's the most important in your life. But we have people that will cut off someone for someone they haven't known for 2 months.
Now that right there, that's insane.
Yeah, it's just like...
but I've heard it has happened. It's that emotional attachment. It's just so different.
Mm-hmm.
When you're, with a man, it's that emotional attachment that you have with him. Y'all are, together, so
But
it's just different.
We have friends, we have some friends that we had for 15 and 20 years, and then a man can come along and for a year, and it's like...
Because it's certain things I feel that your best friend can't feel that man can.
So is the idea of losing a man scarier than losing a friend?
Absolutely. You're invested with your man.
And you can also be invested in a friendship, because it just
but
depends on a friendship.
It's also a deeper connection with that man. It's just different. You would try to, mend things in your relationship, because y'all have a lot that y'all build. Y'all might have children,
Well, that's different.
I mean, that is different, but you still build in that relationship the emotions, the attachment,
But like
the feelings. It's just different. The intimacy, it's all that is different. And not to say, oh, forget that friend or whatever the case may be, because like you said, you could have known a friend for 20 plus years, but at the same time, you sleep with your man, not your friend.
But you can sleep with the enemy too. Like, you can sleep with someone that does not do right by you. And I think a lot of times people, they allow people to do things to them, and they stay in these toxic relationships. But God knows if your friend do something to you that's not as bad, you'll be like, oh, I'm done with this person.
But it's
or
not
whatever.
even about sleeping with the enemy, because at the end of the day, you may be hanging around a friend that's maybe a toxic friend, and you just don't see it. Maybe a partner may see it. And, it could be a thing where he doesn't want that in his household or around certain energy.
But that's a whole different topic. That's basically just saying that you feel like your significant other is saying that he feel like your friend is toxic, so you will stop talking to them too.
Mm-hmm. But going back on the sleeping with the enemy, that's a whole different topic as well. So
yeah, I would just say that it just depends on the circumstances, all in all, because I do feel like people will cut off their girlfriends, and I feel like men are the complete opposite.
Yeah, but then I do feel like too, like women, they are so emotional. They get caught up in that love, and that, you know, they just want to be surrounded around, you know, their partner, whereas though it's like they block, you know, people out their lives.
Mm-hmm.
It may not even be an intentional situation that you're cutting someone off,
Mm-hmm.
because they may just be caught up in that new relationship, or just their long-term relationship in general. You know, they just may want to just be surrounded around their own family that they built. So, I mean, as far as cutting friends off, yes, it's different situations, you know, a reason why a person would cut their friend off, you know.
Well,
but also too, you may can sense jealousy from that friend, that you do have to cut them off, because some people don't like to see their friends happy. You know, so that's a different topic as well. Like, a lot of things fall under the same umbrella, the reason why a person will cut a friend off.
Right, but I think, like, the topic is really, honestly, not even talking about these long-term with your husband relationships. They're talking about just like you having a friend and you having a guy that's possibly someone you're just dating. Mm-hmm. I don't think they mean like your husband or someone long term like that, because that would go without saying. You're not going to cut your husband off for your friend, or you're not going to do that. I feel like this is more so like new relationship based, like.
But being in a marriage, you have some people that's in a marriage, and their husband or their wives believe that their partner chooses their friends over them. It may not be to the extent of breaking up, but it is instances that I've heard that, yeah, certain, you know.
But that's not the relationship for you.
No, true. Absolutely not.
Because I feel like,
but
if
it
you're
happens,
choosing anyone over your partner,
but it happens,
then that's just not the relationship for you. It shouldn't come down to you choosing a friend or you choosing.
I totally agree.
Who your friend is and who you should be around and all that. I feel like that's too much.
Yeah.
Which one is actually more stable and supportive? Friendships or romantic relationships? I would say it depends on the friendship and the relationship, because I think we tend to have these friendships that we have for so long that we just get so used to these people that we're friends with, that a lot of times we don't see the flaws until we step out of the friendship to look back and see how good of a friend you have. And the same thing with the relationship with a romantic partner. Sometimes you have to step out and to see what it is. But to me, all in all, depends on the person, the friend, and the romantic partner.
I will say the same thing, even with a romantic partner. I mean, like you said, with the friendship, stepping away from the romantic partner, you get to reflect on certain things that you didn't really see because you were really caught up. So it just depends. You know, it depends.
Yeah, it definitely depends. I think that sometimes you gotta like step out and reflect on things to really get a feel of what it really is.
Yeah.
What you're really in,
and,
as far as.
And making a direction of, do you want to continue down that road? You know, so, you know, a lot of things play a part in that. Is the loyalty, you know, being secure in the relationship, you know. Also, is that your real friend? You know, it's a lot of things.
Yeah, because I mean, if you like look at it, men are the complete opposite. Like they'll literally keep their friend and get rid of the woman. Like they're more into the friendships than the women, and the women are quick to be like, "Oh, I'm done with her, and I'm just gonna deal with him." I'm sure you've seen it. I've seen it, so it does happen a lot with women.
I think it depends on the situation as well too. I mean,
it's always going to depend on the situation.
Yeah, it depends on the situation as far as, because I just can't see, you know, a man and, you know, just choosing his friends over a woman that he loves and care about and trusts and adore and will do anything for.
And I think this, going back to it, I don't think it's like a marriage. It's more so dating. like
Yeah.
a dating thing. Like they will cut off a woman real quick and be like, all right, next with their friend.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's
Marriage is completely different.
But marriages too. I mean, it's plenty of marriages, and either friend on each side can't stand the other friend. You know.
Don't nobody got time for that.
Exactly.
Don't nobody got time for that.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're in a marriage, short-term relationship, long relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, it is what it is. So, yeah.
I want to ask a question. I would say, what would you do if you was that friend that got cut off for a man, or something surrounding another man with your friend that you had for many years? How do you feel like you would handle something like that?
Sometimes you have to let a person do their thing and step back and not harbor on it, because at the end of the day, you know within yourself that if something ever happened to your friend, that you won't be there. Whether they with that man or not, that you still won't be there. You know, so sometimes you just gotta let it go and let them flow and do what they need to do as far as their relationship is concerned, because she know, like I know, that, listen, I'm gonna be there.
You so nice.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there because, but it also do depend on certain situations. It's just a different story.
It's
but
always going to depend.
Sometimes, no matter, that's just like talking to a person until you turn blue. At the end of the day, you're gonna have to just let them go ahead and rock out. I'm still here. I'm not gonna say I told you so, but I'm gonna be here. So it just also depends on the situation. Now, if you burn the bridge, hey, dig yourself a little hole and jump in it. But
let me tell you,
at the end of the day, if they're just so in tune in what they got going on and they're rocking out, whatever. As long as I'm not being disrespected, no one ain't come out of pocket towards me, then that's a whole different story.
So how would you feel if you was disrespected? Let's talk about that. If they disrespected you, how would you feel then?
It's no feeling. It's automatically a cutoff.
Right. I thought so. Because I feel like I do feel like if, depending on the situation, you might feel like, okay, they'll come around, we'll talk. Mm-hmm. But it's some things to me that, and I'm a forgiving person, very forgiving, too nice. People take my kindness for weakness. Mm-hmm. But I do have a limit. And when I get to that limit, it's over for you. Like, it's over. Yeah. So.
But like I said, it's depending on the situation. Mm-hmm. If this person is new in their relationship, and it may not be a cutoff intentionally. It's just like they're just lost in their life and doing their thing. You have to step back and do what they need to do. And, do trust when that person know that they really have a good friend. And like I said, it may not be intentional that they cut you off. It's just that they caught up in life. And I get it. So, at the end of the day is, just let them do what they need to do and, step back and let them do it.
Mm-hmm. Step back forever.
Depending on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I don't cut off friends. They cut themselves off. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's how I feel. I feel like you cut yourself off literally. If we're not friends, I mean, you took decisions and cut them. Because I don't cut off. If you're a true friend, I don't cut you off. Mm-hmm. If we're not friends, trust me.
But yeah, different circumstances. Sometimes you gotta feed them with a long spoon and keep it moving.
That spoon is so long.
And the spoon is on the West Coast long.
Yes.
So, at that time, it's like,
distance.
Yeah, at that point, the spoon's that long over the West Coast, you don't even know them anymore. How can you even reconnect and start off where you left off at? You don't know.
I mean, like I said, sometimes you do, depending on the situation, but something like that, like a disrespectful type of thing, that's a little hard.
Oh, well, it's no spoon. It's,
yeah,
it's no long spoon.
But again, that goes back to you saying that they could have been going through whatever they was going through. So,
I mean, I also believe in giving a person the benefit of a doubt. Like I said, you just get caught up, you know, and it may not just be that they're just choosing this person over you. It's just that they're just caught up in their own, or they may be going through something where they don't want you involved because they know how you care about them. So it's just different factors and, you know, everything that friend may have, you know, cut you off. Like I said, it may not be intentionally. It may be a fallout. Who knows?
Yeah.
But, you know, hey, at the end of the day, if it's all good, all golden, you know, let them rock out and, you know, they know what type of friend they have.
Peace.
So.
Hot topic.
Hot topic.
So, as you guys know, if you watched the show last week, the Philadelphia city workers, they were on strike. So, looks like the strike is over, so we can go back to getting our trash picked up regularly.
About time, because that was totally a health hazard.
Definitely.
Yeah, so
that was a mess.
Hey, we'll see. It seems like they're not happy with the deal, but at least the trash is picked up. So
yeah, they're not happy, and I'm sure it's probably going to be something coming soon, but for now, it's over, and we are happy at this moment. So.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Yes.
So we can see how they sound.
My final thought for the evening is when you're that friend, sometimes you have to just sit back and let them, you know, live their life the way that they, you know, want to or need to. And, you know, just be there for support. On the other side, if y'all ended the friendship, you know, toxic, listen, you know that, hey, that friend isn't meant to be a part of your life. So, yeah.
My final thought, I would say, is if you're ever in a position where you have to be chosen, whether they want to be your friend or be with their man, then maybe that's not the friend for you.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for listening, guys, and we love the support. Please, when you get a chance, go follow our podcast page on Instagram, Brown in the City Podcast.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel, Brown in the City. Thank you guys for all the comments that you've been giving us. Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.